Hello everyone, and thanks again for taking a look at one of my videos. Today I've gotten the Cybertruck L-track from Tesla. So I'm going to go ahead and open it up, unbox it, show you how it's packaged. As you can see, UPS was very good about damaging it just to the point that they could still deliver it. Thankfully, I don't think anything was missing, although there were no instructions, just the rails themselves and the mounting screws. But I'll go ahead and get this box open, which was surprisingly challenging given its horrible condition. Again, big shout out to UPS. Thank you. As you can see, it was packed well. It survived the trip, and it's pretty simple. There's two of those rails, absolutely no instructions, and just enough screws to get it installed. So obviously the first thing you're going to want to do after unpackaging is to make sure you get the right tools to do the job. Torx 25 screwdriver. So here on the left side, I went ahead, just placed it in, put it in place, used a little bit of masking tape just to hold it since I've only got two hands. And it's a incredibly straightforward installation. The only thing I think I probably would have done a little bit better was to make sure I put a little upward pressure as I was putting each of the screws in place. I found out, and you'll see this in a future video, that when I put the bed divider in, I had to kind of readjust because it's a very tight fit with that bed divider. So I would definitely lift this rail up just a little as you're putting these screws into place to make sure that they are well seated. There's actually a slightly little round depression for the heads of the screws to fit into. So as long as you're kind of careful and make sure that those are well seated and flush with the inside of the track, I think you're not going to have any problems at all. Here, of course, is the reality of trying to do anything. And of course, I dropped the screw. It rolled in between the bed and the tailgate. So about 5 minutes later, which I will speed up for you guys, I was able to retrieve it. I am glad that they did not do the gooseneck like the Rivian. If you lost something down there, it's just gone. I mean, it was literally, you'd have to take the truck apart to get that screw back. So at least here, it's easy to retrieve. The right side went a lot faster. I think the key was, 3 pieces of masking tape instead of just 2. And here you can see how the holes kind of line up. So once in place and done, I went ahead and grabbed some of the different accessories that I've bought for it just to try each one out. I don't know if you've ever used this L-track before, this rail system. It's pretty cool. So I did buy the original ones from the Tesla shop, in this case, these tie downs. I think I bought them about 3 years ago when I decided not to get my reservation. Actually delivered because of the price. But now that I'm here, I'm glad I kept them. And you can see the little Tesla Cybertruck logo at the bottom there. How it works is obviously there's the circle. You're going to line that up with the circles on the rail. And then you want to shift it to the right or left so that those vertical members there line up to the next holes. And that way it's going to hold it in place. They do give you this nice little tool when you're buying from Tesla. And again, I believe it's just a Torx 25 as well. But I did not measure it officially. So if anybody knows, definitely put a comment down there. Anyway, you've got to loosen it pretty much all the way to the point where it about falls off to be able to get it to fit into the rail system. But again, very easy, relatively quick. I do feel like, when you actually have a screw in place versus just a spring, which you'll see on some of these accessories, it just feels like it's a little safer and more likely probably somebody's not going to grab it and run off with it if you forget to close your vault when you're parked. But anyway, very easy to install. It's slowly pop it in, slide it over just a bit, and tighten it down. And I don't know what the rating is on this one specifically. I was looking back at some of the other ones that I'll show you in a minute, and they're rated like for 6,000 pounds of force. I mean, really crazy ratings. I don't know if the L rail itself is rated for that. I'd be curious. I'm going to try to see if I can find some additional specs anywhere on kind of what Tesla says you can do. Obviously, the rated payload of the truck is a lot less, but we're talking about, if you're taking a hard corner, If you're in an accident, you have something heavy tied in the back, then that initial shock, it could be, in excess of thousands of pounds, I'm sure. Anyway, so easy to use. I kind of slow down so you can see those rails again and kind of where it's tying in on the sides. Next, this is a cool one. This is one of the spring-loaded ones. I do like it because it's quick. Again, the listing, I think, says these are rated for like 6,000 pounds. I don't know that I would trust it above, something that weighs a few hundred, but, that's up to you guys how you use these. Very quick install, right? You just pop it in, you line that thing up vertically with the other holes either side. You do a quick slide over and let it seat itself. This one didn't seem too bad from a noise perspective. I imagine any of these are going to add some noise. Hopefully the cabin's insulated enough, you're probably not going to hear it, but they do, rattle a little bit within the rail. I think that's where the screw down ones are a little bit better, just because you can tighten them to the point that they don't move at all. This is another spring actuated one. It was rated a little higher, I believe 8,000 pounds on this one. And it's quick and easy, and I actually kind of like the look and the fact that it's very low profile. Also, with the spring not being exposed, it just seems like somehow that may be a better design for certain use cases. So you just pop it in, slide it over, and it clicks itself in place. Then obviously to release it, you're going to go ahead and pull that spring actuator there, slide it one way or the other, pop it off. So very cool. All these are really inexpensive. I really like that Tesla went with the L-rail track system just because, there are so many accessories aftermarket. This one is if you're going to actually attach something more permanently. So it is effectively, think of it as a bolt and nut specific to L-track. So what you would do is place whatever you were going to attach in between that washer and the nut itself. And then the nut has that, I believe it's Teflon or whatever coating on the middle. It's a locking nut, which is good to see. So I was hoping to find maybe some mole panels, something like that, to go ahead and probably use these at a future point. And from an installation perspective, again, it's just lining up the circles, slide it over, and then the nut, that washer itself actually has some additional metal on it that lines up, so you kind of twist it into place until it seats, and then you just screw it on tightly. I'll show you the tool I use. I love this thing. I've got like 4 of them at home. I throw them in the drawer. I throw them in each of the cars because basically I have to go either find my socket wrench set. I usually have lost the one that I need in that perfect size, right? This is a universal screwdriver. It has the Torx 25. And then I use that universal socket with it. And the reason I like this one, unfortunately they don't make it anymore, is because it kind of locks in place there on the sleeve. I found another one, which I put in the comments or description below so you can take a look. And then that's the universal socket. It's nice because you don't have to go dig, and find the right one. It's quick and dirty. It does tend to scratch things, I'll warn you. It's not as good as finding the right size one, but again, I'm going to keep this in the truck for obvious reasons, just to be able to have a quick way to add or remove these types of accessories when I need to. And yes, it works in reverse. So with that, I am going to probably do an unboxing for the bed divider next. That was actually a little more involved. I'll tell you, when you do the L-track install, make sure you are seating those screws exactly in the circles because there is very little tolerance within the bed divider. And so I actually had to go back, loosen all the screws, kind of push up a little bit on the L-track just to give myself another about 0.5 millimeter probably, and then screw it all back in place. So it cost me a little time and energy, obviously, to have to effectively, reinstall all the screws. So I would say when you guys install this, just make sure you're pushing up a little, making sure those screws are seated properly. That way, if down the road you do get the bed divider, you're not going to have to struggle as much as I did. Also, that bed divider, unfortunately, those tolerances are so tight on the bottom that, like, I've got that bed liner that I bought just to protect the kind of the hard plastic here, and it will not fit. But anyway, thank you again for watching another video. Definitely add anything in the comments, questions, answers, thoughts. And please do check out my other channels if you have time or interest in AI or cybersecurity. I'm basically giving you daily updates. And please do like, subscribe, comment on all of these videos. It is a huge help. I'm almost there from a subscriber perspective. I'm hoping if I can get enough attention, then I can reach out to some suppliers and get additional products to test and review for you guys. And then hopefully, maybe give them away for the cost of shipping out to you guys as well. But anyway, thanks and have a good day. Bye-bye.